Welcome back to the City League live from Bonner Fitness and Learning Center. Andrew Garrison and Zach Browning join you for the second game of the women's tournament, the final first round matchup. It's Be the Hands and Circle City Talk. Zach, what are you looking forward to in this one as we get started?
Well, I'm looking to see how Callie Clark is able to handle the pressure. She's obviously going to be the focal point of the defensive game plan for Circle City Talk. She is the leading scorer on the women's side of the City League, and she has been spectacular all summer long. So what kind of Callie Clark do we get today? Do we get the efficient Callie Clark, or do we get the relatively less efficient Callie Clark?
Well, Be the Hands struggles to create a turnover following the Grace Hales miss. And here is Harris finding Shields, and Shields can't beat the shot clock, although she did hit the rim. So I am mistaken there, but Be the Hands grabs the rebounds and works the other way. Callie Clark, and there's a triple. And that is the key to the game for you, Zach.
Well, that might be my answer. If Callie Clark's going to step into volleyball line threes on the opening offensive possession of the game, good luck to anybody that's going to try and stop her.
And a late foul call on the way up. Looks like that was Marisha Harris on her take to the rim, and she will be approaching the foul line as a result.
We should note, Andrew, at the top of the broadcast, no Patty Shakamba for Circle City Talk. She is one of the top 5 scorers, averaging 17 points per game on the season. So that's a big loss this afternoon for Circle City Talk. Where do they go for the scoring outside of Shakamba with her not here? Where do they turn?
Certainly will be a fascinating question to watch play out. And you have to think that maybe the front court is going to have something to do with it, with obviously Amber Harris, Saniaka Shields, Becca Bucks, all in the game and in attendance. And Rodriguez coming off the bench, I have my eye on as well. Clark, yet another triple and another connection. There she is. And she has the first 6 for Be the Hands. Here's Harris with it. She works to the block. And well defended there. Mikey Downs in the corner. Flips it to Clark. Clark, a deep 3. This one's off the front of the rim. But an offensive rebound will also not be successful.
She missed that, Andrew, but that was a heat check 2.5 minutes into the game. That was the 3rd offensive possession of the game for Be the Hands. And Callie Clark's already heat checking. That's how strong her start has been.
Shields bounces off Clark. Lofts the ball over her head and through the hoop. And now here's another triple opportunity, and it seems like the confidence from around the perimeter is infectious there.
And that's where Be the Hands can get a little bit in trouble. They love to live and die by that three-point line. So if the shot's not falling, they could see some trouble and have some trouble offensively. Of course, on the flip side, though, if the shot is falling, they're going to be tough to beat for anybody.
Absolutely, and the winner of this game will play the number 1 seed undefeated Sentier Bank. Sentier Bank has a win over every other team on the women's side. Not everybody even played every other team. Harris launches a corner 3, way too strong. Here's Downs, high to low, and it's poked away, out of bounds. It will stay here. And Harris pushes it down the floor. Dee Williams sees her shot slide off. She did not play in this game against Be the Hands in the regular season. And once again, there is Be the Hands. Unfortunately, unable to connect there. Callie Clark still has all 6 points. And here's a 3 from Grace Hales. Grace Hales connects. It's a tie ball game. Circle City Talk is back in it. Callie Clark seeks a response. She kicks it out to Edwards. Edwards to on the left wing, Haley Schelt. And that one's knocked out of the air and into the hands of Amber Harris. Here's a right wing three. A near miss, and flying out of bounds is the basketball. And Zach, did you say where the ball will be now? Looks like Be the Hands basketball. So Jasmine Shelton's going to check in with Braxton Mickens for Be the Hands as they look to break the tie. And here's Mickens touching the ball for the first time. Back out to Shelton, who works inside. Amy Kabara couldn't find the follow. Kabara fed again at the elbow, kicks it out to Mickens. Mickens hits a three. Rodriguez into the game, along with Becca Bucks. She's at the top of the key, closely guarded by Mickens. Amber Harris now at the block. She pulls from the mid-range. Jasmine Shelton into Callie Clark, and Clark, pocket change.
It's the first 2-point field goal for Be the Hands in this game. They've got to play a little bit inside out. They've got to be a threat at least to score inside the 3-point line, because if they aren't, Circle City Talk's just going to load up out there.
Amber Harris launches a three and connects. So 11-9 is the score in favor of Circle City Talk. There's a long three from Haley Schelt. A bit too strong.
In the game for Circle City Talk, number 21, Marisha Showtime Harris.
Marisha Harris checking into the game. Not sure if you heard the call out there, but Marisha Showtime Harris in the game on the right wing. Here's Rodriguez, left wing triple. Not there. Rebound by Harris. Well defended by Kabara. Kabara keeps her in front and knocks it out of bounds. Great defense by Kabara there.
And this is a interesting lineup for Circle City Talk, because without Harris and without Shields on the floor, there's nobody that you directly point to on the floor for Circle City Talk, as that's the go-to option offensively. Rodriguez can create a little bit. Hales already has a three. D.D. Williams can create a little bit, but there's no number one option.
Hales looks to beat the shot clock buzzer and fails to do so. So with 12-10 left to go in the first half, it is Be the Hands taking the ball up the floor, down two. Shelton Mickens. Mickens, corner triple. That one's too strong. She's 1 for 2 from around the arc today. And Becca Bucks now looks for a response. She draws back iron. Harris, another offensive rebound. Rodriguez to Williams. D.D. Williams draws back iron as well.
Andrew, I'm curious to see, when we got our halftime stat sheet, we might legitimately have more 3-point attempts than 2-point attempts in this game.
And there's yet another one, that time successful. It's Callie Clark. Puts her team up 14-9.
This is about as 20-25 of a basketball game as you will see. This is modern basketball. Threes and layups, but it's been a lot more threes than anything else.
Becca Bucks stumbles. Climbs back up, but not quite in time to receive the kick-out pass. And Shelton is going to throw it out of bounds off of Callie Clark. 11 minutes to go in the first, 14-9 Be the Hands.
In the game for Be the Hands, number 10, Celeste Edwards.
Celeste Edwards, team captain for Be the Hands, back in. And she will defend the point as Grace Hales comes up the floor. Hales to Bucks, to Rodriguez in the left corner. Rodriguez works to her spot at the elbow. Her shot rims out. Edwards rebound. She pushes the pace, and again, throwing it out of bounds, this time off Mickens. Hales is going to inbound to Rodriguez. Rodriguez to Bucks. And Bucks sees the pass to her, intercepted by Clark. Clark pushes the pace. Here comes Edwards. Edwards throws it right to Grace Hales. And Hales will look to return the basketball to the offensive side of the floor. Here's Rodriguez on the left wing. Bucks now, left wing, well defended by Kabara. Hales to Harris. Harris blocked by Clark, and that's going to be a shot clock violation, it appears, so it'll stay with Be the Hands.
See, Shields and Harris both check back in. It was a little bit of a scoring drought there for Circle City Talk again. There's not necessarily any one specific number one option when Harris and Shields are off the floor without Patty Shikamba here.
Here's Mickens, another three, and that one too strong as well, an air ball. Under 9 minutes left to go in the first half here. Up comes Harris. She works to the lane, kicks it out to Shields. Shields, left wing triple. Just shy, rebound to Callie Clark. Clark looks to go coast to coast, lofts it over the head of Rodriguez. No foul call. Rodriguez now pushing the pace the other way. Down one in numbers. So she gives it up to Harris, who finds Bucks. And Bucks is fouled at the top of the key.
Foul's on number 8, Jasmine Sheldon, her first team second.
Looks like Jasmine Sheldon committing the foul. Rodriguez has it. Rodriguez into Harris. Harris elevates, is fouled, and will head to the line for two as the shot falls off.
This was the NBA, Andrew. I'm not sure, or the WNBA. I'm not sure she'd be getting free throws on that foul. That was kind of one of those classic rip-through moves there for Harris. Smart, veteran kind of move and play. She does earn herself 2 shots at the free throw line, though.
Running clock here at the City League, so under 7.5 minutes to go now, and it's 14-10 after a 1-for-2 trip to the line.
Looks like Circle City Talk might be in a little bit of a 2-3 zone here defensively.
And they have a strong base in the front court with all three of Shields, Bucks, and Harris in the game. Edwards runs out of room at the lane. Rodriguez and Harris are the other two on the floor. And here's Shields feeding Harris. Harris, great find, back to Shields, give and go. Shields scores.
Amber Harris is such an underrated playmaker. She can see over the top of the defense because of that height, and it allows her to kind of see things that other players just simply can't.
Here's Clark. A falling away triple, and she can't quite connect. Kabara on the floor, so Harris takes an open three. Draws back iron, rebound to Shields. Bucks to Harris, right wing. And Harris will launch over Callie Clark. And Callie Clark has done a great job defending the perimeter.
Timeout, Be the Hands.
Looks like a timeout is called by Be the Hands with just over 6 minutes left to go in the first half. 14-12 is your score. Be the Hands has the lead. And Zach, we're going to be in for a close one yet again.
Yeah, whichever team can kind of find that offensive rhythm first will have the significant advantage in this game. Right now, we're still kind of in the feeling out process of this game. Neither team has found something that's really been clicking and working offensively. If you're Be the Hands, that zone is kind of giving them issues. They're going to be able to get and generate probably open looks from that. You just got to be willing to take them and have no hesitation from behind the three-point line. If you're Circle City Talk, you got to find a way to get the ball down low to Harris, get the ball down low to Shields, and if the defense collapses, that's when you can kick the ball out for some open looks.
We'll look to see if that's how the game progresses from here. Looks like Circle City Talk will sit Becca Bucks and bring Grace Hales back into the game. And we prepare to reset for playoff basketball. Right after this game at 3 o'clock is going to be the semifinal consisting of Indy Black Professionals, who just played and you saw win their first round game against Pace. They'll take on Horizon League at 4 o'clock. Then will be the winner of this game versus Sentier Bank. Downs finds Edwards. Edwards draws back iron. She's frustrated with her shooting struggles. And Shields draws a blocking foul. That was Edwards, the guilty player. Celeste Edwards shot 38% when she played this Circle City Talk team the last time around, 16% from 3. And she was just 1 for 4 from the free throw line. Harris fades away and connects. So Circle City Talk works their way back into a now tied ball game.
Good job there by Harris to spin away from that double team.
Edwards up under and a whistle. So Edwards will go to the line and see if she can try her luck from there.
Fouls on Circle City Talk, number 5, Lily Rodriguez, her first, team first.
It's like Amarillo Rodriguez, guilty for the foul. Edwards sinks the first.
In the game for Circle City Talk, number 22.
This is important. Edwards has to get going. Somebody has to get going for Be The Hands. I think Kelly Clark has 8 of these 15 points for Be The Hands. You can't be the only one scoring.
Shot number 2 falls as well. So sometimes as well, when you have struggles shooting the basketball, all you need to do is see it go through the hoop on a free throw, and that kind of makes everything click mentally. We'll see if that happens to Celeste Edwards moving forward. Mickens knocks the basketball away, and it will stay with Circle City Talk. 4 minutes left to go in the first half.
And I like the thought there. D.D. Williams has the size advantage. Somewhere on the floor, Circle City Talk is going to have a height advantage. They just got to be able to use it. Identify it and get the ball down low.
Shields sees her shot ricochet off the front of the rim. Edwards now inside, blocked by Shields, and it will fall into the hands of Harris. Edwards slow to get back. Hales is open on the right wing. Can't connect. Harris nearly tips it back in. And it's fumbled forward into the hands of Celeste Edwards. Edwards to Mickens. Mickens back to Edwards. 3.5 minutes left to go in the half now. Be The Hands up 2. Callie Clark makes it a 5-point lead as that one rattles through.
Not sure there's anybody in the City League that has the 3-level scoring ability and the ability to just take a game over at the flip of a switch like Callie Clark does. There is legitimately inside the half court nowhere she cannot pull up from.
And Shields will respond from the block. Callie Clark at times this season has been the leading scorer on the Queens of the Court side.
She's the only player on the women's side averaging more than 20 points per game. She's at 23.2 coming into this contest.
And all of that for a Be The Hands team that does have 2 losses, so certainly some level of star power here, and this is exactly the type of player you talk about when you say if they get hot on a given day, they can be the upset run.
Well, and what goes unnoticed, too, is that Callie Clark also leads the TCL in rebounds, too. She's averaging a double-double. She's averaging 23 and 11 on the season.
And just there, she fights for one with Amber Harris. Despite a distinct size disadvantage, Harris travels, and it's headed back to Be The Hands. Up comes Downs, and Downs had it kicked away. That was D.D. Williams. Under 2 minutes left to go in the first half now. Downs to Mickens. Mickens finds a spot in the mid-range. Doesn't connect, and it's rebounded by Shields. Here's Hales in the corner, outer room. Harris, open top of the key triple. Not there. Shields, the putback goes.
Shields for 2.
So 90 seconds left to go, and Be the Hands up 1. Edwards surveys her options. Kabara feeds Downs, and Downs hits the mid-range jumper. They're up 3.
Go under, it's fine, go under, no!
Harris to Shields. Shields draws the foul. She'll head to the line for 2. 1 minute left to go in the first half. That may be the last action of it.
Number 14 red, Micaiah Downs, her second.
If it's not, Be the Hands is going to have very little time left on the game clocks. I mean, Shields could technically waste some time here at the free throw line. She gets 10 seconds, and I'm not sure that the officials are really going to count out those 10 seconds at the free throw line. So if she wants to make this the last action, she can. But at the same time, these players all have strict free throw routines. It's something that they have to go through, and you don't want to disrupt that.
And Shields will finish her free throw trip 1 for 2 with 30 seconds left to go on the clock. And Shields will then stand as a wall in front of Braxton Mickens, and Mickens doesn't have the room to get a shot off. Here's going to be a sideline inbound. Clark to Downs, 8 seconds. Clark, deep 3, volleyball line, money! Callie Clark, you are unbelievable.
For 3.
That'll be it for the first half, and we went from talking about potentially free throws ending it, and now it's Callie Clark carrying momentum into halftime for Be the Hands. 24-19 is the score.
I think she had 4 first half threes there, Andrew, and again, we talked about it. It's not just the fact that Callie Clark can get hot for this game. It's the fact that she can get hot throughout a day. If she's going to shoot 50% from 3 on the day, this Be the Hands team might be tough to beat.
24-19 at halftime. We'll take a quick break, and when we return, it'll be the second half between Be the Hands and Circle City Talk at the City League live from Bonner Fitness and Learning Center. Welcome back to the City League live from Bonner Fitness and Learning Center. Andrew Garrison with you alongside Zach Browning. Second half action on the way for the last game of the first round of the women's tournament. Be the Hand stands up 24-19 against Circle City Talk after the Callie Clark 3 to beat the buzzer. Zach, what are you looking ahead for in the second half?
What can Circle City Talk do to become a little bit more efficient and effective offensively? They struggled at large stretches in this game in the half court. What can they do to kind of free themselves up for some easier buckets here in the second?
Of note, Patty Shikamba, who has dropped 40 in a game during this season, not in attendance here tonight, and there's a shot clock violation as Downs misses on the last second heave. Winner of this game will play again at 4 p.m. against Sentier Bank, and the winner of that one will be present in the championship game on Thursday night. Shields draws a late whistle there. And I believe that's going to be a shooting foul, and Shields is going to have the free throws. Very late whistle and some very outraged fans here at the City League. It's great how large of a crowd this place draws.
I think that's Jesse Key actually down there that's arguing with Amber Harris right now. Of course, Jesse Key and Pace just got bounced out of the postseason, but I think they're having a nice back and forth down there. I think I see De'Ara Tucker and Kira Goss down there as well. They'll play up next with Horizon League.
Here's Downs to Schelt. And Callie Clark inside this time does not receive the whistle. And Circle City Talk can tie the game this possession. Becca Bucks gives up the opportunity to do so. Rodriguez inside, finds Harris. Harris off the glass and through. It's a one-point game.
Well, I asked at the beginning of this half, Andrew, what can they do, Circle City Talk, to generate some easier looks offensively? So far, the answer has been getting the ball inside.
Here's Haley Schelt. It rims out. She struggled at points from three throughout this season, and that one has got to be aggravating. On the other end, it's Shields firing and missing. Schelt with the rebound. She pushes the ball down the floor, and Downs can't finish from the mid-range, and the shooting struggles continue. Harris to Rodriguez. Rodriguez kicks it back out to Harris. Top of the key triple, off the mark. Shields jumps in for the rebound, and Rodriguez can't hit from the mid-range.
And Andrew, I will note that both of these two teams did take more three-pointers than two-pointers in the first half. Circle City Talk took 17 first-half threes to just 14 first-half twos. Meanwhile, Be the Hands took 14 first-half threes to just 11 first-half twos.
It's an outstanding stat there as Harris works around Kabara and too easy inside. Circle City Talk is retaking the lead.
And if Circle City Talk can consistently get the ball down low to Amber Harris like that, they can win this game. You just got to be able to get the ball down there consistently.
Edwards elevates and connects. And we are back and forth now in the second half. It's Rodriguez. Shields, T.D. Williams. Misfires, and now back the other way is Downs, and a great feed from Schelt that creates a three-point lead once again. Here's Rodriguez. No open teammates. She manages to find Harris, and Harris knocks down Kabara. No call anywhere, and Harris knocks it down.
Amber Harris has got to be the key for Circle City Talk as the second half, continues.
Callie Clark can't maintain the hot hand on that shot. Here's Rodriguez, left wing. She works inside to the block, push shot off the mark, and a foul on the way, so Rodriguez will head to the line with another opportunity to retake the lead.
Fouls on Be the Hands number 14, but tied down her third, team second. Lily Rodriguez at the line shooting 2.
Rodriguez at the line. And she does not find the bottom of the net on the first shot, but can tie the game on opportunity number 2.
For Be the Hands number 3. Scratch that.
14 and a half minutes left to go here in this one. The Elam ending target score be in effect at the 4-minute mark. And Rodriguez ties up the game from the line. Celeste Edwards, left wing. Feeds Clark. Clark back out to Edwards. Edwards racing downhill and fouled on the way, so Edwards heads to the line.
Fouls on Circle City Talk, 22. Dee Dee Williams, her first team first at the line. 2 Celeste Edwards.
Very, very back and forth second half here, Zach, as both teams struggling to find that offensive rhythm that you touched on to end the first.
And again, whichever team can find that first will have the advantage. If no team finds it at all, then we'll probably be in store for what we've had throughout the majority of the second half already, just this back and forth game within 2 or 3 points either way throughout most of this game.
But what's intriguing is with the Elam ending, somebody has to be hitting clutch shots at the end, and it's going to happen eventually if somebody's going to take control of this game and ultimately win it. Shields backing down Kabara, out of room. She finds Williams. Out of bounds, and it heads towards the direction of Be the Hands.
And I think we've kind of seen something that Circle City Talk can take advantage of. Those post-to-post passes down low have been working.
And there's a corner 3 from Haley Schultz, and we have been waiting on that one for a few games now. 32-28 is the lead. Williams to Shields. Shields at the block, and that's a travel call. And Be the Hands has an opportunity to amass some points on multiple consecutive possessions.
And Amy Kabara checks out now, but she has been great down low. She's been tasked with defending, whether it's Sanika Shields, whether it's Amber Harris. Amy Kabara has had a difficult defensive assignment the entire game, and she's done a pretty good job so far to this point.
Edwards works her way to the block. She's fouled on the way and one, and this is that offensive rhythm. This is that consistent production on consecutive possessions that we have been looking for, and Be the Hands might just be the first one to do it. Celeste Edwards is at the line. Her team is up 6. This is the largest lead of the game. The second largest lead was Be the Hands up 5-1 at the beginning of the game. Hales, corner 3, back iron, rebound to Williams. Rodriguez is open, but Williams will take it herself. And now the ball finds the hands of Rodriguez, and it rims out. Massive missed opportunity, and Circle City Talk can't convert on a steal. So Schelt will take another deep 3. Back iron, rebound Rodriguez. She pushes pace. And will reset as she realizes she's out of room and out of numbers. Under 11 minutes to go in the game here. Rodriguez doesn't have open teammates. And Shields will take a long 2.
Shields for 2.
She connects, it's 34-30, but great man-to-man defense all the way for Be the Hands.
Shields is going to have to find an impact, especially without Harris on the floor for Circle City Talk. She's going to have to find a way to get the ball in the basket.
Edwards way too open. Bullseye. Rodriguez seeks a response. Her team down 7. And throwing it out of bounds like that from Marisha Harris to Grace Hales is not the way to do it.
In the game for Circle City Talk, number 44, Amber Harris.
Edwards inbounds to Jasmine Schelt. Under 10 minutes left to go in the game here. Downs, deep three, front of the rim, rebounded by Clark. Clark long two, back iron that time. Rodriguez crosses the timeline. Harris lobs it to Amber Harris. She's at the block. She turns around and can't quite connect. Good defense from undersized defenders. Edwards has it on the corner. She works inside and floats it off the backboard and through. 9-point lead.
Good unselfish ball movement right there from Schelt and Edwards to turn a good shot into a great shot in that type of situation.
Be the Hand certainly plays together as well as anybody in the City League. Harris backing down Clark, chiseling inside, drawing a foul. And that looked to me like they're being on the floor foul. What do you think, Zach?
It does look like it was definitely before the act of shooting. It'll be a side out for Circle City Talk.
It's like Harris made her way to the free throw line, almost manifesting a shooting foul call there, and of course didn't get it. Rodriguez receives the inbounds. She's on the left wing. Inside to Harris. And Harris is double teamed and fouled, but I think that would have been an open Grace Hales for a triple opportunity.
Yeah, that's a situation where if Amber Harris was going to post up down there on the block and Be the Hands is going to send a couple of extra defenders over her way, you've got to be able to move without the ball if you're Circle City Talk. That was a good job there relocating by Hales.
Rodriguez on the left wing. Met at the elbow with Harris. Harris takes a long two. And that one's just off as she looked to beat the buzzer. Mickens to Schelt. Schelt, corner three, wide open, and she hits. 12-point lead for Be the Hands. And it's exactly what you mentioned in the last game, Zach, where Any Block Professionals took a big lead, exactly like this, 42-30 with about this amount of time left. And that's what you do heading into the Elam ending. Another turnover. Celeste Edwards grabs control of it. Jasmine Schelt, wide open lane, up under and off the mark. Rebound to Mickens. Haley Schelt, deep three, bullseye, what a shot, what a run. Be the Hands is up 15.
You know, Andrew, in basketball, the saying goes, teams that finish quarters and halves strong, those teams are championship caliber teams. And right now, yeah, I mean, it's technically not closing the half strong, but it's closing the regulation period, the non-Elam ending period strong. That's exactly what Be the Hands is doing right now.
Be the Hands up 15 at the moment. A timeout is called on the floor. They won by 20 in the regular season. We're going to take a quick break for this timeout and be back in a few for the final few minutes of this game. Welcome back to Bonner Fitness and Learning Center for City League Tournament Basketball. This is the women's side of the event. Circle City Talk down 15 to Be the Hands with the Elam ending looming, and that will not help the effort as Harris hits the corner of the backboard, and Edwards in transition back the other way will score. Rodriguez left wing. And she will force her way inside and throw it out of bounds. It's back to Be the Hands. And there hits a point in the game where if you're down by so much heading into the Elam ending, it just becomes a possession basketball game. And you're worried about getting buckets and getting stops the same way you would be once the target score is put on the board.
And right now we've just seen Circle City Talk struggle offensively, and you got to credit Be the Hands. They have really turned up the intensity defensively.
Mickens works into the lane. She runs out of room. Rodriguez now slows it down. Finds Shields. Shields turns around, fires right away. Nothing there. Rebound by Clark. Clark across the court from Mickens. Circle City Talk not back in time, and Mickens puts it through. I think there's fatigue for Circle City Talk. I think that the group on the floor right now is certainly susceptible to some of those transition fast break opportunities in terms of a speed disadvantage for Circle City Talk.
And again, no Patty Shikamba. That is a tough hand to be dealt if you are Circle City Talk. She is the 5th leading scorer in the City League. She's been your leading scorer all summer long, and now you got to find a way to generate offense without her. That's a tough ask in a postseason setting against a really strong Be the Hands team.
Clark is fouled on the floor, and in Circle City Talk's one win this season, Patty Shikama dropped 40. So without her, this team has very much struggled, and we're seeing that show itself yet again here as they stand down 19. Clark, corner three, front iron. And this may very well be the last offensive possession for Circle City Talk before the target score.
Oh, get up, BK!
Rodriguez, right wing, off the mark. She grabs her own rebound, flips it to Marisha Harris. Now Shields is fouled on the way up, and that will more than likely mean that the first team to 58 is our winner.
We stopped the clock at 4:01, so yeah, the next dead ball will trigger our target score and our Elam ending. So I'd assume that Be the Hands likely to call a timeout after these free throws.
Shields, a free throw to cut the deficit to 18. And you mentioned earlier we saw Press Play Gaming Lounge come back against NBA Math Hoops in the semifinals last night. And I believe, well, I mean, you were there, I wasn't. So it was, what, an 18-point comeback?
It was 15 in the second half. I think it was an 8 or 9 point comeback in the Elam ending itself.
So certainly much less and a much more feasible goal than what we have here right now. 49-32, Circle City Talk at the ropes. First team to 58 wins. And we see a timeout called on the floor with the Elam ending on the way. We'll take a quick break, and when we return, we have Elam ending basketball from the City League. Welcome back to the City League live from Bonner Fitness and Learning Center. Be the Hands is up 49-32 on Circle City Talk here in this first round tournament matchup. The winner advances to the semifinals against Horizon League. Target score 58 on the board. I'm Andrew Garrison. Alongside me, Zach Browning. Braxton Mickens takes a corner three and connects, and that puts this team just 5 points away from victory, Zach.
Puts them up 20 as well. The three-point shot has been much, much better and much kinder to Be the Hands in this second half. In the first half, Andrew, they shot 6 of 14, which wasn't awful, 43%, but the volume has been there a little bit more in this second.
Harris connects from the elbow, and excuse my poor addition and subtraction as this team is 6 points away from victory now. Kabara has it at the top of the key and finds Edwards. Edwards surveys her options, slows the tempo. Rodriguez intercepts the pass to Clark, and she fires a left wing triple. That doesn't fall. Circle City Talk, obviously with only 34 points, has struggled to shoot the ball across the board. Edwards right wing three, front of the rim. Harris fires from around the arc, and she cannot quite reach the rim. Mickens whips it inside to Clark. Clark up under and off the mark. Second chance opportunity is a pass to Mickens. That doesn't quite get there either. Now Clark steps out from the corner. Bullseye for Callie Clark. A third chance opportunity puts them a bucket away. Bucks, top of the key triple, back iron. And a timeout is called by Be the Hands as they are 1 3-pointer away from victory. Zach, would you put your money on a comeback here?
I would not. I'd put my money on a Callie Clark three or a somebody three. They're trying to drop a play now. Amy Kabara, I know she does some coaching on the side at the high school level, I believe Center Grove. She's got the clipboard in her hand over there on the sideline. I think it'll be interesting to see what she draws up. I imagine they go for the three in the win here.
This is one of those bets you would see on FanDuel where you can place a $1 bet to win $1 billion. And it's one of
All right, what are you taking here then, Andrew? What are you taking? What do you think? What are we about to see?
All right, I'm going possession by possession. Be the Hands is going to draw up a play here. It is not going to be successful. The shot is going to be a three-pointer from the right wing. It is going to be just shy of the rim. It's going to hit the front of the rim and bounce off. And then Rodriguez will hit from the left wing from three. It's my next two possessions. Clark crosses the timeline. It's Haley Schelt, left wing. Edwards nearly has it knocked away. Clark is fouled around the perimeter. That was not on my bingo card, and I have lost my money.
I think I see what Kabara drew up. I think she was trying to get a corner three for one of her teammates. Looked like she was setting some sort of flare to the corner. We'll see if they run it again here.
Here comes Haley Schelt to Clark. Clark fires from deep. That one was off the mark. Low percentage for sure. Here's Rodriguez. Williams to Hales. Rodriguez inside to Shields. Shields mid-range. Rattles off. And Kabara is directing traffic on the other end. Mickens takes the shot and she connects. Kabara celebrates despite not managing to get the basketball to Haley Schelt, and Be the Hands is victorious. They advance to the semifinals on a 58-34 victory over Circle City Talk.
That's a statement performance right there from Be the Hands. Callie Clark was great, as she always is, but she got a lot of help in that second half, too. The three-point shot was falling, and this is one of those teams in Be the Hands. I talked about it in the first half, Andrew. They live and die by that three-point line. So if they can get hot, if they can get it going from behind the three-point line, specifically Callie Clark, they could give Center Bank, who has been the most dominant team on the Queens of the Court side all summer long, they can give them some some problems. Excuse me.
You're absolutely right, and we have 2 more on the way. You will remain with the viewers here, Zach, for the semifinal matchups. And then Thursday, 7 o'clock, the Women's Championship. You'll have the teams for that at the end of the day today. And then Indianapolis Recorder and Press Play Gaming Lounge for the championship on the men's side that day at 8:30. We've been Andrew Garrison and Zach Browning alongside you. Be the Hands victorious in this one. Next up, Indy Black Professionals and Horizon League in the semifinals. Stay tuned to the City League live from Bonner Fitness and Learning Center.